is $18,000 lump sum, or you can go ahead and do the 12 months for $30,000. I'm sorry, what? Get the fuck off the revenue roller coaster. That was not my F-bomb, that was hers. First 2 seconds of her video, she's dropping an F-bomb, but she is a 7-figure business consultant. I wanted to give this individual the benefit of the doubt. And here's what I found out. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I've got a little bit of a different video for y'all today. We are still going to keep in line with reacting to a boss babe, but this is a different type of boss babe that we're talking about today. This is a business coach boss babe. We're going to go over all of her offerings in this video and also react to some of her videos that I found on her Instagram that are remnant of the MLM boss babes. I wanted to give this individual the benefit of the doubt because I try to do that with everybody in my life. And here's what I found out. When I loaded her LinkedIn page, to no surprise, her title is Creative Marketing Strategist. UGC creator, content creator, business coach. First of all, don't call yourself a content creator if each piece of content you're creating, or more than half, is just selling to people. It's got to stop. But again, this was only my first impression. I scrolled down to look at her education. She went to university and got a bachelor's and a master's, which is great. I'm not saying anything bad about that, right? But it was not anything to do with business. It was criminology and criminal justice. Oh, but she was in a sorority, so that's got to count for something, right?
Well, I don't know about all that.
Let's go this step further and see if maybe she just went right to on-the-job experience, because I am somebody who believes that not everything needs a degree. There's a lot of things you can learn with on-the-job experience. So I went to her experience to see if maybe that was the case. She was an assistant manager at a catering company. Then she interned at a medical center. She did do some lead Facebook ads management for a year for an online business. And then she was a strategic funnel consultant. She's going to coach you in your business, but really the only experience worth a shit in this job title to me personally is funnel consulting, because at least you know how to build a sales funnel. What the fuck else do you know? What else are you teaching these people? Let's take a look. Why don't we start by meeting our new business coach?
I can hardly wait.
Meet your mentor. I build businesses with women who refuse to choose between depth and results. Inside the CEO Mastermind, strategy is personal. Every framework, every shift, every piece of support roots itself in your energy, your values, and the business you're actually here to lead. My work lives at the intersection of strategic refinement and nervous system mastery. I help you design a business model that scales sustainably and supports your actual life, your rhythms, your motherhood, your artistry, your ambition, all of it at once.
She's selling you something that doesn't exist, and that's balance. I truly don't believe there is balance in today's world. The pressure of thinking that everything has to be balanced all the time is illogical. I think that we go through stages and phases where business or work takes up more of our time than family and free time and things like that, or family time needs more of your time than your work or your business. It's always changing. I just don't think the pressure of having to balance everything equally is realistic. And that's what this individual is trying to sell people. Balance and free time, by what I'm reading here. It's not realistic. And I think any actual business consultant with an ethical business will look you in the eye and say,
yeah, it's probably going to always be changing.
So it's just not a strong start for her in my eyes. And then she has her sales copy. Now this, I read through it briefly. It's very long. I'll probably just pull bits and pieces for the video for the sake of brevity. But this is where she starts to pull in the MLM-like tactics of online businessing and online business coaching, where the emotions take over and the logic has left the fucking building.
If your business is plateauing, it really comes down to one thing: your business model. We know your business works. You've proven that. You make consistent sales. You have clients. You know what you're doing. But the structure you built to get here, it can't take you there. More clients means more of your time. Bigger months mean longer hours. Growth means sacrifice.
Oh, And then there's this line. Before I even talk about this, I know that I have the mouth of a trucker and it may never change. We don't know. We evolve, we change, whatever. But I'm going to keep fucking being me. I am a content creator, so it's a little different than somebody trying to pitch business professionals consulting for their business. This individual uses some interesting language in her sales copy, as well as her marketing materials on social media.
More clients mean more of your time. Bigger months mean longer hours. Growth means sacrifice, which is how you end up stuck at the same revenue for a year, working your ass off just to maintain it.
Then there's this from her sales copy as well.
You're busy as hell. Your calendar is full. Your to-do list is never done. You're managing a lot of moving parts, and it works, but damn, it takes a lot out of you.
Her approach is just very interesting. I remember there was a time, you guys, I have made the mistake so you don't have to.
I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this.
There was a time where I thought it was cool to brand everything with the word badass. You can be a badass at YouTube. You can be a badass in your business. I thought it was cool.
Wrong-o.
I learned quickly that it just made me look like I was unprofessional in a space where people were looking for professionals. I guess it's good that she used that language because it alerts the businesses that are looking for true business consulting that this individual isn't formally trained. She doesn't know how to coach anybody in a business aside from what she has experienced in her own business. She does let us know who joins her coaching space. She says that it is for the breadwinning, multi-dimensional woman ready to build predictable income that honors her current life season, design intentional space for motherhood, creativity, rest, and work, trade reinvention cycles for refinement cycles, expand her income and her capacity, run a business that honors her motherhood, artistry, intuition, and ambition. And I think this speaks loudly to the pressure we feel as women to, again, balance it all. I don't think this necessarily speaks to this individual specifically. I think this is her way of marketing. She is looking for people like me or like any other woman who is a mother or who wants to be successful. These are the things that society tells us we should want and have. So she's pinpointing those. This is just marketing. However, I don't like it. I don't like the way she does her marketing. Put yourself in people's shoes. Are you really giving them what they need to have this exact picture?
How about no?
But of course, she's trying to sell us stuff, so she's got to hit those trigger points since she's not a marketing professional who would know how to effectively market to people without just targeting their emotions all of the time. Then, of course, she goes into why the mastermind that she's trying to sell is going to work for you even when other masterminds don't.
Most programs for established entrepreneurs hand you tactics to quote unquote scale that really just mean quote unquote do more stuff. Post more content, launch more often, add more offers, build a bigger team. Cool, except that's not scaling. That's just a bigger, more expensive version of what you're already doing. Real scale happens when you redesign your business model so growth doesn't require more of you. That's what rhythmic business design does. We rebuild your offers, pricing, delivery, and systems so your business can expand while you work less.
So she's telling you exactly what she's doing with this mastermind. She took her manifesting coaching business and manifested it into a business coaching business where she could charge you more to tell you the things that got her to her manifesting coaching business so that she can work less and make more. Allegedly.
If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck.
You walk away with a business that breaks through your plateau without adding to your workload. One that generates recurring revenue, leverages your time, and actually runs when you're not in it. This is the shift from successful to sustainable, except it's not. When you've coached all of the people that you could possibly coach, from lower scale coach to higher scale coach, you then have to become an even higher scale coach so you can coach the high scale coaches how to get to the higher scale.
God, my head hurts.
It's a cycle, a messy cycle of business coaches that don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Allegedly, and in my opinion. Here's the phases involved in this mastermind.
How we redesign your business. Phase 1, reset the rhythm. We figure out where your time is actually going and redesign your weekly flow so you're working on growth instead of just keeping the lights on. What this looks like: you reclaim 10 to 15 hours a week. Your business runs smoothly without you micromanaging every detail. You stop feeling buried by your own success.
What? Immediately, you're just going to free up 10 to 15 hours of your time as soon as you hand over your money. Look at that. Is she going to do the work for you? This is where I just get very apprehensive, because that's a huge claim for somebody with no formal training.
Phase 2, optimize the ecosystem. We rebuild your offers and pricing so you make more per client and create natural pathways for people to stay longer and buy more.
Yet the individual that you're coaching, are they getting more education to increase their pricing? Are they in higher demand so they have to increase their pricing? What is the purpose to increase the pricing? The online business space is so quick to be like,
well, I need to make this much to make a living, so I must charge this much per client.
that's not how life works. If you don't have the formal training or the certifications or the experience that you absolutely need to help people with this type of thing, you should not be able to do this and charge what she charges. I'll tell you right now, she charges $18,000 for this.
Excuse me?
With not one certification in business. There's another one that's more expensive. We're going to get into that. Anyway, phase 2 looks like this.
Your revenue ceiling lifts without needing more clients or longer hours. You break through the plateau by changing the model. Phase 3, activate and amplify your recurring revenue.
Oh my God.
We build predictable income streams and leverage into your model so you get the fuck off the revenue roller coaster.
That was not my F-bomb. That was hers.
What this looks like: revenue that stacks and compounds, higher lifetime value per client, a profit engine that doesn't require constant launches to keep it running. The final phase is sustain the flow. We systematize everything that doesn't require your direct genius so your business can scale without you being the bottleneck.
Let me tell you what I did this past week with my friend Becky, also known as my ChatGPT robot. I built an entire schedule to systematize everything I do on my channel. I did it with the free version of ChatGPT even. Not a singular dime was spent for doing phase 4 in my own business.
What this looks like: your team or future team can execute without you holding their hand. Your business operates at this new level without you holding it together with sheer willpower.
Unfortunately, this unregulated type of thing that this person is charging $18,000 for is something that AI can take over for you. It is not a creative process. It is a very step-by-step process. Once you have created your own creative process, you plug and play at this point, and you can do it for free. You don't have to pay $18,000 to an individual claiming she knows how to help you. Anyway, she goes on to say that when you become a client, you figure out where your ceiling is, why you can't get past that amount of money that you're making. She claims that you're then going to get a custom 90-day strategy outline. After that, you implement it together. I guess that's where she earns her keep as your business cheerleader. Funnily enough that I brought up ChatGPT and AI overall, this individual has her own AI bot that she offers for just $30.
You're kidding me, right?
What are we doing? $30 for an AI that you created when I could just go use ChatGPT for free? Why would anybody pay $30 for this AI? She named it Lola, and it's the AI strategist who sees what you're missing.
Lola isn't ChatGPT with a business prompt. She's a custom-built revenue diagnostic that asks the same 7 questions I, 7-figure business strategist, would ask in a $2,000 private strategy session. She analyzes your current offers, your pricing structure, your time capacity, your delivery model. Then she hands you a personalized $30,000 month roadmap based on your real numbers, not some cookie cutter framework. No generic advice, no recycled, just raise your prices BS. Your exact path to $30,000 months using the business you already built in 30 minutes for $30. Start your audit.
She accepts Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, and PayPal if you want to do that. Or you can literally go to the free version of ChatGPT, input all the same information, and it will give you exactly probably the same thing this AI gives you. You don't have to pay $30 for. It may not seem like a lot of money. Go and get yourself some lunch instead. Please don't pay $30 for a bullshit AI that is essentially the same as ChatGPT. Anyway, she does also have quote unquote low ticket offers as well. And these are the digital products that she offers. Digital products is a big space right now. And I don't think that it should go anywhere. I do think that it does, again, like business coaching, need to be a little bit more regulated because this $30 ChatGPT nonsense, we don't need to be doing that. That shouldn't be allowed. Anyway, these people are making a pretty penny on digital products depending on how good their ads are or how good their marketing is. This person does have a free offer. It's called the Rhythmic Revenue Map. These are typically, again, things that you can find for free on YouTube, on the interwebs, just in one place so that she can get your email address and start sending you emails. And now you're in her ecosystem. In short, this is her lead magnet. That's all. The rest of them range anywhere from $37 to $350. I'm not going to go through them for the sake of brevity, but looking at them, most of them, it seems like you can find this information for free online. People have it on their YouTube channels. It is asinine to be charging a red cent, even though we don't make them anymore, for this bullshit. Beyond her digital products, she does also have a one-on-one mastermind. Sit down, brace yourself. This one's a doozy. So you have to apply, first of all, to work with this individual, whether you're applying for the $18,000 mentorship or this mentorship, you have to apply. Before you get to the form part of applying for this is what it says.
Working with me one-on-one is like having a private strategist, mentor, and thought partner in your corner. Someone who sees your brilliance just as clearly as you do, sometimes even before you do, and who's just as invested in your expansion as you are. It's highly collaborative. It's personalized strategy that has depth. It's the kind of support that makes you braver, sharper, and more anchored in your power, not more dependent on someone else to validate it.
But aren't they paying you to do exactly that?
Inside the profitable partnership, you're not just another client. You're a partner. And I treat your business, your vision, and your long-term success with the same level of care and creativity I bring to my own. This is where your biggest ideas get sharpened into clear, profitable moves, where your capacity to lead to growth gets stretched in ways you didn't even realize you were ready for, blah, blah, blah.
She goes on and on with more unnecessary word salad, triggering emotional response from her customers and clients, allegedly, in my opinion. She says,
inside the partner package will link arms for the next 12 months as you take your revenue to new heights. My clients are known to grow 200 to 350% or more after working together for 1 year. We'll implement strategies, funnels, and workflows that are sustainable, profitable, and fun. Expand your capacity to hold and receive and lead, where you'll become masterful at regulating your own nervous system and staying embodied in who you're becoming, even when life or biz gets turbulent.
are you a therapist now? Also, that escalated quickly.
Fall deeper in love with your life, brand, and company. In my work, we do a lot of refinement, meaning we take what's existing and make it even better and even more you.
What the this is diabolical. Here's what you get. Partner package inclusions. 2 45-minute calls together per month. You get an hour and a half of this individual's time. 12 times. Is that 18 hours? You get 18 hours of this person's time over 1 year. Telegram, only Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for anything that pops up in between calls. So if you're not familiar with Telegram, it's just like a WhatsApp kind of situation, Marco Polo, Voxer, those types of things. The entire aligned and ambitious product suite, giving you every program and training resource you could ever imagine when it comes to scaling a 7-figure business. More than $10,000 in courses alone, she says. Who is giving you your pricing? Who is making this pricing up for you? And 1 year to the CEO mastermind. I'm going to tell you the price. You're not ready. I wasn't ready. The partner package investments. You can do 6 months or 12 months. The 6-month package is $18,000 lump sum or $3,000 a month for 6 months. Or you can go ahead and do the 12 months for $30,000 or $2,500 a month. I'm sorry, what? She wraps it up with, if this excites you and creates resonance in your body,
What the actual fuck?
please move forward with your application. My private practice is in high demand and it's rare I have openings. I currently have space for one new client for a January 2026 start date. You're in that high of demand, but you haven't even updated this in 3 months? In my opinion, this looks grifty. It looks gross. $30,000? It's very hard to find a price range for business consulting because of the business coaching world getting so murky with the online businesses and everything that's happened since COVID. Like, just online businesses and online business coaching has gotten out of hand. Can we agree there, please? Cannot find a reliable number as far as what professional business consultants who have formal training of some sort are charging. So it's hard to tell if this individual is out of her mind officially. I personally think she is, because from what I've found, from what I've been Googling, professionals who have formal training charge anywhere from $10,000 upwards of $30,000. Again, this individual has zero formal training, zero on the job experience. For her to be charging the prices they're saying are in the range of formally trained business consultants is a problem in my eyes. And it should be a problem in anybody's eyes who is hiring this individual to coach them through their business. So now that we get the gist of what this person is offering and the prices they're charging, I want to go ahead and react to some of her content that she has put out on the interwebs trying to sell people her business coaching. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
Sometimes I literally have to take a second and just sit with and remind myself how life-changing social media has been, and just how generationally different it is today versus the generations before us.
There were no generations before us on social media. We were the first. We created social media. These boss babes, they get on their Instagram rants or TikTok rants and they have the inspirational music playing in the background, and really they're just serving you word salad to try and trick you into thinking that they are inspirational beings that you should give your money to. Sorry, not fucking sorry.
What it allows us access to, what it allows us to earn, the lifestyle it allows us to have, it's just been such a chill week. I'm 23 weeks pregnant. Me, my son, my husband are at home, just really chill, easygoing week where I'm every single day we basically get to do whatever the fuck that we want.
So she's just bragging that she gets to do whatever the fuck that they want because she's stealing money from people, in my opinion.
I've been making over multiple 6 figures in cash every single month.
That's an income claim. They don't crack down as much on business coaches in the online business space as they do in the MLM space. And I mean, I get it. There's a lot going on in the world. This is this is bottom of the list. However, it's still an issue and it's what I talk about on my channel. So it feels fitting. I just think that there needs to be more done about people like this making outrageous income claims, saying you're making 7 figures in your business
consecutively for the past 6 years, because of this, because of these apps, because of this phone, because of social media. And it's just what the fuck?
Okay, while I agree with the sentiment she's trying to make, I'm not stupid. I know that she's talking generally about the internet and not social media. I do agree with the sentiment that generations before us, generations before internet, before working online, before remote work became a thing, before content creation became a thing, it was different. This wouldn't be a thing. And I'm fully aware of that. And I am grateful for it. But to sit here and play inspirational music saying without it, I would be nothing, and saying that because of the internet and what it is today, you are a 7-figure business owner. This is short-lived. It's not sustainable. And the business coaches themselves have proved that because they keep having to, quote unquote, scale their business to the next coaching level so they can keep keep coaching you to get to their level. It's like Scientology, guys. It's the same. You have to keep going and you're never going to hit the top. And when you do, you're going to fall back to the bottom and keep paying and keep paying. I think we have a couple more to react to from her.
Mindset of a woman making fuck you money in their online business is
Whoa, coming in hot.
There we go. So professional. You said it within the first 10 seconds. Wait, the first 2 seconds of her video, she's dropping an F-bomb, but she is a 7-figure business consultant.
completely different than the average person. First things first, these women, they don't need you to like them. They literally don't give a fuck if you like them. They care more that they like themselves.
That's just confidence, babe. That is just confidence. It's not fuck you money. It's confidence. You don't need fuck you money to be a woman with confidence. Okay, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
They're never trying to convince you. They're not trying to make you more comfortable. They say what they think. They charge what they want. And if you don't like it, cool. They know somebody else will.
That's a problem, okay? You can't just charge whatever you want for whatever you do and assume that, oh, well, whoever doesn't want to pay that, they can move along. Somebody will pay me. Somebody will be dumb enough to believe me and hand me their money. You cannot just charge whatever the fuck you want. You guys, I'm going to raise my YouTube channel membership to $100 a month.
That's psychotic.
Could you imagine? You cannot just make up prices because you want to.
They make decisions at rapid speed. I will never forget, a few years ago, I went to a Tony Robbins event.
Oh, brother.
That's all we needed, right?
And he said, successful people are decisive people, and that alone changed my life. Caliber of these women do not waste time and energy thinking about it. And
The caliber of these women. That's the verbiage that people in the manosphere use. The caliber of these women. High value woman. I can't. She's the female version of Andrew Tate. I'm kidding. No, she's not even close to the female version of Andrew Tate. But a lot of these people can skate the line of becoming the female version of Andrew Tate.
wavering in every single decision that they need to make. And it's because they know indecision ends up being fucking expensive. These women are so protective over their energy and they treat it like true currency because it is. They don't feel the need to over-explain themselves or defend themselves or engage in drama. They're unapologetic about their boundaries.
Again, this is self-confidence. This is having confidence in what you do for work. It's having confidence in your knowledge, having confidence in your appearance. It's having overall confidence as a woman. It's not the fuck you money that did that. And you also don't need fuck you money to feel that way. You're allowed to be confident and be living paycheck to paycheck. You're still worth life.
They certainly aren't waiting for someone else to give them permission to do something. They don't need external validation. They don't need someone telling them they're doing a good job. They don't need some coach saying, yeah, you can charge that amount. They just do it. Fifth one, the most important, is they are unbothered when something doesn't work and they do not take business personally.
You should be bothered if something doesn't work. I think that's a flaw. You need to not be okay with that not working. Maybe just word that a little differently, babe. And if you had formal education, you probably know you wanted to word that a little differently. But again, if you had formal education, you probably wouldn't be dropping as many F-bombs in your marketing material.
If their launch flopped, okay, whatever, cool, what's next? The client left, okay, cool, who's coming in? They don't spiral, they don't make it mean something about them, they just keep moving. That's the difference. Women who are making fuck you money in their businesses just stop giving a fuck about the wrong things.
I think it's actually the opposite. I think if you stop giving a fuck about the wrong things, then the money finds you. I'll just leave that right there. Anyway, you guys, I think we've seen what we needed to see. We've proven the point that we've needed to prove. Online business coaching is not all it's cracked up to be. If you are running an online business, a legitimate online business, you're a virtual assistant, you are data entry, you run an online business, don't hire people like this. Please, for the love of everything holy, anything they're going to teach you is in a video for free on YouTube, and everything else is just their fluff that they think they can charge $30,000 for. That is a year's salary for somebody, and you're charging it for one-on-one mentorship because you think that you deserve to make fuck you money. Okay. All right. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I do have more videos like this coming up in the future. So if you liked it, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. If you like anti-MLM content, that is another type of content that I usually post here on my channel. So I would love it if you would stick around for that. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.